Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Muhammad Umar. I am your English instructor. I hope all of you are fine and enjoying a good health. Let's start our lecture. Here's the bridging and I hope you have solved it, and here is the answer of that bridging. Today we have LIFFT number 38, in which we have to recognize and demonstrate the function and use of would, need, could, might, shall, must, ought, dare in affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences. In short, we use a word modal or modal verbs for this. Okay, let's see. Here we have a picture in which we can see how modal verb help us. System, rule, modal sit right before ordinary verb to change their power. In short, you can say that we use it in the place of auxiliary verb. The function, or when we use these modal verbs, is when we are asking permission, when we are talking about possibility, certainty, necessity. We use these modal verbs with ordinary verb to show these things. Need and dare can sometimes act as a special plug-in model. Let's see. First we have can and could. We use can and could to show the ability. We use could to show past ability, and we use these words for polite request. For example, to show the ability, we can use can. I can swim across the river. Here we use can as a modal or modal verb which is showing the ability. We also use it for request. Can I borrow your umbrella? Could, past event or past event. I could swim well when I was young. I could not solve the puzzle. Could is used when you are talking about a past action and you are showing an ability. Could is also used for polite request. Could you pass the salt? When you talk about may and might, it is used for formal permission. You may go now. May I go to drink water? May is also used for possibility or wish. It may rain tomorrow. May you live happily and long. Might is the past form of may, used for weaker possibility. He might be at home alone. Might also used for indirect or reproach. He said that I might go. You might pay more attention. Here we have a scale, a possibility scale. If the possibility is 0%, or you can say that negative possibility, you can use cannot. It cannot be true. Or in question, can this be true? If the possibility is weak, or 20% or 30% possibility is there, you use might instead of cannot. He might be at home alone. You are not sure. There is a weak possibility of that. If you are 50% sure or standard possibility, you use may or could. It may rain tomorrow. She wondered whether it could be true. We use will for future tenses. All persons, we will need the money on the 15th. We also use it for request, assumption, lock on. Will you lend me your scooter? We use shall and should. For future, we use shall with I and we. We shall meet again. For suggestion, shall I open the door? For permission, threat, command, second or third person. You shall have a holiday. You shall be punished. He shall not enter my house. We use should for duty or obligation. The must, when we use must for strong necessity. You must improve your spelling. Speaker authority, I must be on a diet. For logical certainty, it must be very difficult. And for past, rewind had to. Yesterday we had to get up early. In short, we use must with strong necessity, and when you are sure, or you have to show your authority for logical certainty. And if you have to talk about past action, you will use had to instead of must. Ought to is used for moral obligation. We ought to help others. For probability or expectation, prices ought to come down soon. Let's talk about the obligation scale. When we have used should, we should obey the law when it is advised. We use ought to when it is a moral duty. We ought to help others. And when there is a maximum necessity, use must. You must improve your spelling. There is a dire need to improve your spelling. For this we use must. We use need. Use mainly negative and interrogative sentences without do. In negative necessity, he need not go. And in question, need I write to him? Or I need to write him. Semi-negative with hardly, I need hardly take his help. When you talk about dare, it expresses boldness or lack of courage, used mostly in questions. Negatives can be used with do. He dared not take such a step. With challenge or question, how dare you contradict me? With do, he does not dare speak to me. Okay, bachcho, today we have studied about modal verbs. When we use it to show ability, we use can, could for permission and possibility and obligation. Okay, bachcho, now it's time you have to do this activity in your classroom and do it in your practice book. Here's your homework. Do it at your home. I hope this lecture will be helpful for you. Okay, bachcho. Allah Hafiz.